Welcome everyone. Very, very nice to meet you, beloveds, here right now. When we are sitting here right now, let us uh, let us live some truth. I just have this feeling to share. You listen and follow maybe as it feels to you. No? When we are sitting here, actually, let us divide our existence in this body into two. One is the experience, and another is ourself who is experiencing it. Just two division, no further divisions for this guiding. No, the satsang where we are, the meditation in which we are right now, is not really first or foremost purpose of it is not really to work on the experience, but to clearly feel, see, or become aware that I am the experiencer of everything. And to become aware, to become clear that I am the experiencer of everything of the body mind, consciously, not just in the mind. When you, the experiencer, becomes conscious that I am the experiencer of everything in this body mind. No? For that you need to be available to yourself. Just one thing is required here, experiencing yourself. But how can I experience myself? Because what I am experiencing is the experience. How the experiencer can experience itself? Or can the experiencer experience itself? You must try right now and find out. Can you experience yourself? Don't give up, don't believe that I cannot experience myself. That will be a conceptual understanding of it. No? You must try yourself right now, directly. Try to experience yourself and see what it is. So are you experiencing yourself right now? And how does it taste? What is your taste of yourself? Because experience means a taste, no? What is your taste? And who is tasting it? Are you not the experiencer of it also, no? So then this cannot be you, the experiencer, no? So experience of yourself cannot be the knowledge of the experiencer, no? We are talking about the knowledge of the experiencer, not the experience of the experiencer, no? So this process is known as neti, not this, no? Generally speaking. So anything that you can experience right now, you are not it, right? Meaning, because you are experiencing it, so you have to be separate from it, no? So this is the inward direction or inward exploration to know the essence of who we are first. Then we will explore what is the experience, what are these experiences, what they are made of, what is my relation with them. All of that will be revealed and can be revealed afterward. But first we need to experience ourselves in the essence, or first we need to recognize and know ourselves in the essence. So any and every experience present inside us makes no difference for this guided meditation. Those experiences don't need to be different than how they are right now, isn't it? Because it doesn't matter what are the experiences. What matters is that how clear I am that I am the experiencer of them. And there could be very powerful experiences or very confusing experiences sometime inside us. But allow all the experiences to be put in only one category. Let me also, let us go through different categories of experiences present inside us. Because sometimes this word experience sounds like feeling. Feeling is an experience. A state is not an experience. A state is also an experience here because it is being experienced by you. What about thoughts? When we are thinking them, then they are thoughts. When we are not thinking them right now, what are they? Are they also not experience? Meaning something present inside us, something moving inside us. That is the experience or no? And you are the experiencer of it. Let us come to the purity of who we are, and let us come to the clarity of who we are also now, towards who we are now in this purity. Who is this pure experiencer that I am? What is this pure experiencer? What is the nature of this pure experiencer that I am? Are there more than one experiencer inside you? Or are you one experiencer of everything? Do you need to use different wisdom, different capacity to experience different experiences? Or only one capacity to experience can be used for all the experiences? Because this is where we are missing also. This is where the attachment is present inside us. That I need to change myself in order to experience a certain experience. Please pay attention to this, what is being shared right now. Because there are very high chances that we have not noticed this yet. Like we need to deal with different experiences differently. And yes, in the individual level of consciousness, we need to. But here, no. All the experiences are same. The ability to experience them is same. The experiencer of all of the experiences is also same. Let us make sure that it is very, very clear to us right now. If not, investigate why it is not like this in me. Now that we have come to this clarity that I am one experiencer of all the experiences, and I am using only one capacity to experience, and all the experiences are same for me here. Now let us turn towards ourself now. This is what is being free from experiences, or being clear that I am not experiences, being clear that I am separate from experiences. Now that we are clear that I am separate or different from experiences, let us explore who we are, the experiencer. The experiencer cannot be experienced, but we can look deeply into ourselves through our own inner wisdom. And we don't need to call it awareness, consciousness, or anything else. Just inner wisdom, our own inner capacity of the experiencer is capable of living or knowing its own nature. We are knowing our own nature here. Who or what I am right now. Who is the experiencer of everything. This is going to bring us to more and more a sense of emptiness, a sense of spaciousness, or sense of like no experiences are present here now. In the experiencer, there are no experiences. In the essence of the experiencer, there are no experiences. It is a little bit like experiences are present in the space that we are, but right now we are living the nature of the space. That's why we cannot experience the content of the space. The space itself is always empty. The nature of the space that we are is always empty. Let us stay in this exploration of the experiencer that we are, the one experiencer. We are the one experiencer of everything. So after that process of neti neti, after that knowing what I am not, now we are knowing what we are, what I am. First part you can say is has a corresponding process called self-inquiry. The second part, however, is not self-inquiry. This is self-wonder. The self that you are is wondering. It is not wandering. In the first part, we may wander here and there because activity, movement is there. In this part, no movement, no activity actually. Wonder is not an activity. It is the inspiration of the self. It is the interest of the self within itself to explore who or what I am. This sense of spaciousness that we might be feeling can be an experience also. Be clear about it. That is it the experience? Then let us not get stuck here. Turn towards the experiencer. And if the sense of spaciousness still remains here, then it's just wonderful. Then this is more like an emptiness of our own being. It is the contentless experiencer, pure, empty of every experience, all the time. We are all the time empty and unstained by any experiences, all the time. Enjoy like this. Thank you for joining this guiding. As all of you are still staying in this purity of your being, in this purity or essence of the experiencer that you are, I'll just continue sharing a little bit. It may help you. No? In this emptiness of your being, in this purity, you will be able to actually see or understand that how you become involved, or how you create a relationship with the experience. Like how you take a shape, it will become clear to you here. Because experiences themselves are not forcing us to become a fixed experiencer. It is something else. And that will become clear to you here. What is that something else which brings me back to a specific experiencer? And that is freedom from ego. Because ego is not a thing in itself. Ego is the emptiness that we are getting into a role or into a form of a specific experiencer. Like this, we don't experience truly what is present inside us. We more project and experience. Like, as a fixed experiencer, we do not experience thoughts, feelings, or any other form of energy movement inside us. We experience what we project onto it, more or less. We are not projecting 100%, but we are projecting partially always when we are living as a specific experiencer, meaning when we are not living in the purity and emptiness of our being. This emptiness is like nothingness, like you are not a thing, we are not a somebody, we are not a thing. Let any one of you, as you are going to open your eyes in time, try to experience your body, your thoughts, your feelings and everything now from your emptiness. And you will be surprised how different they are. They are experienced so differently. Like there is no sense of my thoughts here anymore. There is no sense of my feelings anymore. There is no sense of my body anymore here in this purity. So this purity is about purity of the experiencer, not about the experience in this context. There is a lot of scope of balancing the body, mind and everything, energies, no? But this exploration is not focusing on that. It is focusing on discovering who we are, no? The experiencer. Because the change of the experience inside us is causing us to lose our true knowledge of who we are. Many times it is happening like this. But now you will become clear. Change of the experience does not causes. It cannot cause losing myself. So very, very nice. Thank you. Now, any one of you who has opened your eyes, no? Opened your eyes means like you are back to body level consciousness now, body mind level consciousness. I would like to ask you, who are you now? Who are you now? Because you are definitely a somebody here, like a somebody, not a nobody. You are something now, not a nothing now anymore. What this somebody is made of right now. You will be surprised actually this somebody is made of the nobodiness. This something that you are now is made of the nothingness actually. In a real time, like right now, your eyes are not closed, you are not deep in your essence, you are just outside simply living, sitting, just normally looking, everything is functioning nicely. This sense of being a somebody is made of nothingness only. Just don't forget your nature. You will remain free. No? Don't forget your nature, you will remain free. No? Even if you take a shape now, you know, like this. So don't even here, don't accept that I have lost myself or I have become something else. No, even here you have not become anything else. Meaning you have not become anything. You are just still exactly the same being. If not, check right now. It's a very powerful opportunity for you also. So go beyond the ego by closing your eyes. No, we did that. Now go beyond the ego when your eyes are open. Your physical eyes, no? Your consciousness is open. Now go beyond ego while eyes are open. Yeah. Because if there is a specific set of thoughts or thought processes, feelings, set of feelings, states, are they independent? You are the experiencer of them or not? Or they will decide who you are, or you will decide what they are? You will decide the experiences, or the experiences will decide who you are? This is the hypnosis, my friend. Wake up. There is no experience that fundamentally need to be rejected in order to discover who we are as the one experiencer. No? Be more simple. Like very simple. But this simple is very essence. You are in the essence of your being. You are using your essential power. No? Our essential power cannot be defined really in any way. That it is awareness or it is consciousness. Or it cannot be defined in any way particularly. Because when you are conscious, you are aware that you are conscious. You know that you are conscious. No? Can you say that? Can we say that? I feel we can. That is it not that right now you are having an experience. of being a someone, having the consciousness of the body, mind and senses, no? Is it not the experience right now you are having? Then you have another experience in the sleep, no? In the dream state, we have another experience, no? This is one experience called waking state, no? So are you not having the experience called waking state right now? This is what precisely I wanted to tell you. It includes everything. It includes experiences. It includes a sense of being a specific experiencer also, like having a sense of coordinates on the map. That okay, I am this particular person, I am this particular body, mind. All of this. Is it not whole of it the experience? I don't know how many of you are really with me right now because it is something eye opener, which does not require any change in anything, and yet everything has changed for you. This is what is waking up. This is what is awakening. What the hell is this? I don't need to change anything. Actually, I can let all of my body mind states and the state of consciousness which is living and doing things be there as it is. But I am not it. I am experiencing it. No? But as a whole. No? So this whole thing called body, mind and consciousness is in me, inside me. No? Is this experience inside you or outside you? The body, mind, uh, consciousness and waking state together. This waking state is inside you or you are inside it? If you move, you will be inside it. If you don't, then if you don't move at all right now, where is the waking state? Are you in the waking state or waking state is in you? Body is in the waking state. Mind, consciousness is in the waking state. Waking state is the collective name for the experience we are having right now. No? Are you in the waking state or waking state is inside you? Just don't leave that thread of experience and the experiencer. It will become so simply clear to you. Because after all, waking state is a name given to this whole experience in the moment, no? In which you are an experiencer and there are experiences. But this whole thing is inside you, isn't it? Because if it is not inside you, how can you experience it? Can you experience anything which is not happening inside you? It's as simple as this, no? So these were some things I wanted to share post guiding for those of you who are in a very perfect state of realization. No? Thank you, thank you. Yeah, Nishant?
No, sir. I wanted to check a few things about the guiding.
Yeah.
Okay. I felt we were on the, like I was walking in step with you, but certain things I could not, I may have misunderstood, so I just wanted to bring it up, yeah. So what it felt like when I opened my eyes was like something like, say, looking through a binocular. Okay. So in the sense that I'm now seeing things, and what I see may excite me also, but my the state of affairs hasn't really changed. Like if you take a binocular and look at something, it need not affect, in the normal person sense, it need not change anything, but I can feel things like that, yeah. It feels the same way. So now what I'm seeing, so it does not feel like it is within me or is it outside. It is like I'm experiencing it. I'm
Uh,
sorry, I'm not very clear what I'm
no, I
saying. Yeah,
understand what
yeah.
you're saying. But it is important, Nishant, to be clear about it. Where we will become clear about it? We will become clear about it in the consciousness, what we know as mind. No, in the from the perspective of the self, consciousness or mind is same thing. No, like collectively, what is the wisdom being used? So in that wisdom, it is important to be clear, Nishant, because if it is not clear that this whole thing is living in me, then it will by default be lived by us that I am living in it, the default version. That default version is called the sleep state. No? So that's why every time after coming out of meditation, which basically is our samadhi actually, no? After coming out of meditation, every time it is important to be gradually become make our consciousness clear. Let it read, let it refine understanding here, no? Because otherwise the misunderstanding will live here, no? Because the right now when you open your eyes, actually your consciousness, you are in the consciousness, no, partially. So you don't have an option to not be in the consciousness, generally speaking. For example, if you look through your physical eyes, say anywhere, no, either you will not be seeing anything like emptiness, like literally emptiness, like you don't even see your eyes, no, like I don't know how to do that, but like you are very lost in the emptiness of your being. Your eyes are open, they are seeing, but nobody is seeing them. Nobody is seeing anything, through them. So that could be one state, which we are not talking about. No, but no, you are able to recognize that it is a camera, a laptop, a being. From where you are recognizing it and who you are is important to know. No, and it is such a powerful. This moment is full of pure light of truth. No, of our satsang. No, it is very important. No. The very simple pointing I would like to share here that the very nature of experience is that it changes. So if you feel that I'm not clear whether this waking state is inside me or I'm inside it, just stay still and notice. It will change if it is experience. No? And you will know, even slightly it is changing. And one thing also here, that the changefulness of life or energy or consciousness is not something so loud that we can so easily notice. The fundamental changefulness of the consciousness can be noticed only when we are very still and interested in noticing, not just still and lost in ourselves. No? So, do you see how potent this time is when you have opened your eyes or when you have come to the consciousness in the body? Is this what you were discussing or no?
Partially relevant. So you mentioned that the waking stage is inside me. Yeah. So I'm not
I,
fully
I,
clear
I
about.
was asking that is it
Yeah, yeah,
inside
yeah.
you or
Yes, Velu. So it is not fully clear what it means by the waking state. Yeah. So I feel like energies are clearly inside me. Okay. But what I see,
let me say again then so that you can understand more clearly. What is waking state for you? in this context, in this exploration of experiencer and experience, is it not the experience? Outside, inside, land, earth, India, out of India, your city, my city, all of this is not, is it not your experience as a whole, one thing? No? Yes or no?
Not fully sure, Bill. I'm seeing it, but I'm experiencing it and not quite sure.
Tell me now. Then you
Ah,
explain to me
le-
how it is not your experience. Like what is that which is not your experience, and you know that it exists.
so
Anything?
let's say this way that I'm drinking a cup of tea.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah.
So that drinking the tea is an experience because I'm experiencing it, yeah. But at the same time, I'm seeing also, I'm seeing things around me, yeah. But that's just there, So I'm not really
But there means
experiencing
what?
anything.
There means what? How do you know that it is there?
It just is like
How
how do
how do you know that it just is?
this I know it is like I have to trust. I'm seeing it, so it's
So the
there.
seeing, seeing what you are saying, seeing, for me is not different from experiencing. There's only one capacity, there's only one experiencer, and everything is a experience. This is what is the standpoint and discussion happening right now, no?
Oh, now it's clear, beloved. So I think the misunderstanding that I had is if I experience it, I need to feel some kind of energy in me. So that's when I say I'm experiencing it. So
No.
that is now it's clear then. Yeah,
You can use
okay.
the word perceiving. You could, but I don't want that word to be used right now because that will bring the whole word of mind, consciousness, awareness, being conscious, being aware, watching, witnessing, seeing. I don't want that right now. We are in a pure, very, very purity of knowing truth right now, beyond mind. You don't need to call it experiencing, but right now, just bear with me. Just call it experiencing. Like knowing anything in any and every way is experiencing, let's say. Experiencing is experiencing, seeing is experiencing, feeling is experiencing, being aware is experiencing, being conscious is experiencing. Everything in any and every way you know anything exists is that you because you experience it. That's what it means.
Now it's clear, beloved. Yes, it is this way. Yeah.
Let me just let us playfully explore this. What is knowledge? I say it is experience. Knowledge is your experience. I say like this. Okay. Now you tell me how it is not your experience.
It has to be an experience because it does not change anything in me.
Yeah. So knowledge is your experience. Any and every knowledge even. And how knowledge happens through seeing, through awareness, through consciousness. No? So then consciousness, meaning the act of being conscious, is your ability. What you become aware of or conscious of is your experience produced by that. No, produced, not produced, but received by you on the other end. Can you experience anything if you are not conscious? Meaning, can you experience anything if you are not conscious? Is the fundamental question actually. Because some beings are able to answer that yes, when I am not conscious, I experience myself. When I am conscious, then I experience many things and myself also. You know? But generally, this answer question cannot be answered because to be to be conscious is prerequisite to experience anything. No?
Can we look at this a little bit more, beloved? What it means to be conscious?
Yeah.
So now looking at it from where we reached from the meditation, and nothing has changed when I'm experiencing, when I'm looking. Yeah. But there is a capacity of looking. So that is what you're referring. What is consciousness?
Actually, there is a fundamental capacity inside us which is being used in different ways. Like right now, are you conscious of your surroundings? Are you conscious of your chair, for example, on which you are sitting? For that, not only you need the consciousness of the body level, but also you need a deeper consciousness which will report to it, no? From where you will say, oh yeah, I noticed that my body level consciousness is noticing that yes, there is a chair on which I am sitting, no? So the fundamental consciousness is the key, like a root, and from there many branches are coming out. But that root, when turned off, like in the deep sleep, no? That time, are you going to experience anything like that? No. So basically, in general terms, consciousness simply means being conscious of ourselves. But consciousness is always self-consciousness. But that self-consciousness, meaning there has to be a self to experience anything. No? Whenever we say, I see this, whenever you say, I see something, no, I am conscious of something, it is already very clearly, loudly declaring that you are here, you are conscious that I am here, isn't it? You are not giving value to it, is a different story. Your direction of consciousness is outward towards what you are conscious of, not who you are who is conscious of it. But it does not mean that you are not conscious that you are here. You are very little bit conscious, but you are conscious. No? So this is what I mean, that without the experiencer, there is no experience. But the experiencer is still there. What is the truth of the experiencer without the experiences? That is the samadhi state of the experiencer, by like the self by itself, within itself. So in this way, waking state is as a whole one experience. Now you tell me, are you able to understand now?
Yes. Yes.
From the present position, this cannot be understood. But from the position where we were in the meditation, in this guiding, from there it can be understood only. Like if you remain as a nobody, as a nothingness right now, then you can understand that yes, waking state is something I am experiencing. Because I experience some other state also. You know, like dream state. I experience another state, fundamental, like basically different state. That is a dream state. I notice in the morning, in the middle of night also sometimes, you will notice that, oh yeah, some dream happened or happening. Then some deep sleep state also, which is not noticed generally. After that we notice that I was in deep sleep. No. So ultimately, are you not experiencing them? Are you not the experiencer of all of your three states? Like very simple. Like as they say, fair and square. As simple as this. Are you not the experiencer of all of your three states? Yes or no? Yes? That's all I'm saying. If you are the experiencer, the experience has to be inside you. Can you experience something which is not happening inside you? So the waking state has to be happening inside you only, no? So waking state is not a place like world. Birds are chirping, the rooster is, shouting, the morning has happened, sun is shining, telling you, hey, wake up. No, all of that is within the state of consciousness which is happening in you, no? Isn't it? For now you can say in the body, but actually body is also in it, no? Like one experience, no? Like this. So we are good then, no?
Thank you, beloved.
Thank you. Thank you. It's very good. Very good. I like this exploration. Very, very good. Like this, let us stand behind our discussion and explore deeply, no? And discovering truth is very simple actually in a way. But the result of the discovery is not given enough value mostly because we are full of value based on our partial knowledge on the same subject. No? Like what it is going to give me. And this is why, because based on the partial knowledge of the mind, we are searching for imaginary truth, no? Imaginary awakenings, imaginary experiencer, imaginary self also. True self is present right where you are. You are that true self. No? Like if you can walk with me every statement during this meeting, whether I am talking to you directly or a sharing is happening, no? You will stay as the true self continuously. No? Because I am never addressing you from inside me as the person, as anything else basically. Because there is nothing else except the true self. Confusion, of course, confusions are there. That is called sleep or ignorance, no? When removed, clarity is here. No? How that will be removed? Either, either see the light of truth, which is what is walking step by step together, or bring out your darkness or confusion that, hey, this is confusion and can you help me in removing it? No? For that identify that there is a confusion in me. No? Because as you know, there are two types of people in this world. One who are clear about their confusions, and one who are confused about their clarities. No? Which one you are? Those who are clear about their confusions, they are not confused, they are only clear. No? Those who are confused about their clarity, they are not clear, they are confused only. No? Do you see what I am saying? Like in this fundamental way, look at yourself, your problems, life in this fundamental way. You could be very confused today, but are you clear that you are confused today? Then you are not confused, you are only clear. And from clarity, clarity will come. From confusion, confusion. No? So what is our choice today? Clarity or confusion? Clarity means undividedness. Confusion means dividedness. Not knowing anything is not confusion. I hope we are clear about it, that not knowing something is not confusion. It simply is not knowing. Partially knowing something may cause confusion, not that it is essentially confusion. Even partially knowing and knowing clearly that I am knowing partially is also clarity, no? Even that is not confusion. Then what is confusion? Find out right now. Let us find out what is confusion then. Because that is sucking our blood, no? Meaning that is holding us back. Like, let's live as the self right now, I say to all of you. And upon listening, you can actually, if you are not confused. Confused means stuck. Confused means busy in something, trying to fix something, trying to change something. No? So are you busy right now? Or free? Free for this talk, no? If you are free, fully free, then you are fully free from confusion also, no? Meaning you are fully free from division also, no? It could be that I'm very clear, I'm not confused at all. I have come here to this meeting and I'm just trying to understand what you are saying, no? And I know why I came here, no? If you have come here to wake up, then every word, everything that is being shared is only going to bring more awakening, no? Then why you choose to listen some words and not some others? No? Is it not division in you? I'm sorry if I'm speaking too directly, but I feel it is a day of revelation of truth for all of us, no? Like exposing the truth today. Yeah, please talk, anyone. If you feel this is the right temperature for you. It's very, very, very joyful. Like I'm able to sense, I'm feeling very clearly that many of you are actually living with me right now. And you, isn't it amazing actually that actually there is no problem anywhere. Like the opposite of clarity is something very strange. And clarity is something so magical. We are just clear right now. Not achieved anything, not lost anything. Just as if your eyes have opened up. Not trying to change your body into consciousness or something. Not trying to believe that my body is body. Like you're just not believing anything. You're simply present and living. So basically this is what is our awakened state, no? Not believing anything. Not projecting anything, obviously, based on the beliefs, no? So we can look at it like this also. Do you believe anything right now? Do you need to believe anything right now also? Like, like kind of, let's go slow. At least I should believe that I am the self, no? Do you need to believe that you are the self? You don't need to really. I mean, if you want to discover that self which you believe you want to discover, then yes, you need to believe. But if you want to actually discover the self that you are, you don't need to believe that at all. Don't believe that you are the self right now. At all, don't believe that. That will be like a hypnosis, no? Don't hypnotize yourself. I am the self. I am the self. Oh my God. Oh my, yeah. It's so amazingly beautiful. That is the experience you are having. You, the experiencer, is the self in this case, not what you are reporting. Report about yourself. That is the self, no? Like this. Yeah, please. Anybody talk to me? Yeah, Prajat.
नमस्कार जी
Namaste.
जी thank you so much जी for bringing this clarity because I just felt like so much suddenly opened up like being this that when you said that you are clear that you are confused, so I always felt like that I'm confused and didn't focus that I'm clear, I'm confused. So I always focus on confusion, that I'm divided, but I'm clear that I'm divided. So this is also a clarity, which I didn't put it.
Oh yeah.
And when you said that, can you be yourself? Very moment, and I felt like suddenly attention moved back, which was in front in the laptop, suddenly moved back, and the joy felt again. So I wanted to bring to myself. Thank you so much.
How wonderful, beloved. Thank you, thank you. It means you were really walking with me like this. It is really difficult when our attention is stuck in the mind and body, thoughts and feelings and the life story and everything, the sense of identity. It's very difficult to withdraw it by ourselves. No? But in our togetherness, it is possible, very simply. So the sharing of satsang is a bit of a trick. No, it is like a trick. Life, or existence plays on us as soon as we start listening. Like there are buzzwords. Oh yeah, oh, it's true. And then, if you listen the next statement in the same way, your attention may turn back to yourself, which happened in your case. No? That's what it means walking together. And the same words or same time, it will happen to everybody. It is not necessary. But within the same meeting, everybody can experience it or can have this possibility of turning our attention towards who we are. As soon as our attention comes to who we are, we feel peace, which we never felt actually before. Like such a sense of stability that we have never felt. But it's a very simple stability. It's not like that stability, which we were waiting for. It is true stability. Truth is a magical thing. Because we have been living in the imagination for so long that the truth somehow does not appeal to us mostly because of this. Because it is true. Truth does not need to prove that it is true. The false has to prove itself. No? So as long as we have to prove that I am the self, this is not the true self really yet. That's what it means that no effort is required. This is one way of saying that no effort is required to stay as ourselves. Because we don't need to prove, no? Like you don't need to prove that whether you are confused or clear about confusion. You are clear, yes, I'm very clear that there is a confusion. And as soon as you are clear that there is a confusion, you are not confused anymore. You are not caught up in confusion anymore. You are now clear. Wow, that's amazing. Before it was a feeling that I am confused. Now there is a feeling that there is a confusion in me, not that I am confused in it. No? There is a difference. The experiencer has awakened a little bit towards its freedom from the experience. No? In this context of today's guiding, is confusion not a experience? And how does it matter? There will be so many times when you will be confused and so clear also. And that clarity will not be eternal also. It will fade away also again. No? But you will be there to experience as one experiencer of confusion and then clarity and then confusion and then clarity. And that's how you will know slowly that actually even that what we call knowledge is after all a experience only. No? But self-knowledge is not an experience. It is beyond. What happened to you it has that kind of quality of true knowledge. No? This is true knowledge, even if little bit. No? Like this. It's a very, very good, beloved. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I think it's a very potent time. Please talk if you feel any confusion.
Gee, thank you so much for this guiding. And now I just want to explore with you. Like, I noticed like so many experience, and I just seeing experience. Then I feel like emptiness. Then I feel emptiness is also experience, no? So
What are you saying? Emptiness. You just left it like this. I'm just joking. It's a
so
very, very powerful thing to say like this.
so I want to explore like emptiness also I am experiencing.
Yeah. So it is a simple truth or not?
So
It is nice. It's really very nice to experience emptiness. Emptiness in the sense of spaciousness, like feeling more spacious. It's so nice, really. It really is nice because we are feeling so stuffed oftentimes. No? So it's very beautiful to experience, spaciousness. But the rule is rule. No? The same rule applies here also. No? Yes, it's very good actually. I'm very happy that you are able to see this. No? Try to now understand here what is self-knowledge. Okay. And we are continuously trying to find some experience called self-knowledge. No, self-knowledge is the realization that I am the experiencer of everything. I am the experiencer of everything. This is the realization. So realization means like you got to know suddenly, like you realized. Realization in that way, like you like you were thinking, oh my God, I don't have, ice cubes in my refrigerator, and I have to, because you need something for juice or something, no? And then suddenly you realize, oh, actually they are there. Oh, last night I thought that no, I don't have it, so I will maybe buy it from the store, and then I actually did put them, and they must be ready by now. And you open and oh yeah, they are there. So this is realization. Please understand in the simplicity, because self-realization. Oh my God, it looks like that. No, it's as simple as this. The realization, like something struck you. Oh, actually, I am the experiencer even of this emptiness. You know what I mean? Like this. So this realization is what is self-knowledge. Knowledge of the self about itself. And of course, obviously, about its relation with everything. Not just one particular thing, no, about everything. No. Because the body experiences, I am not. No. Mind experiences, I am not. Experiences of the energy, emotions, I am not. What about emptiness now? If you are very sincere, you will actually say that no, I am not experience of emptiness also. No? Yes. Before we are just trying to replace the more stuffed experience to less stuffed or more spacious experience. No, like this is the charm of meditation also for many beings. At least this is how it was before. Like to feel more spacious, which is natural natural feeling inside us. No, but that's not waking up. No, there is a dimension, of the being, which when experienced, the truth of who we are, no? That is the dimension of the being when we are living in the body. The one dimension is the experience, another dimension is the experiencer. That dimension, when lived, we experience or we naturally feel and know that I am not going to die really. I'm just going to be here. I'm just always here. My here-ness, my existence is not time bound. It is more simply known. You know, so when the experiencer experiences or or explores and lives itself, then what happens is called true knowledge or knowledge of the true self. No? In which includes that this this sense that I'm not really going anywhere. And that I'm still, movement can be affected by the other movements happening in time. But that which is not moving naturally cannot be affected by any movement or by time. No? Meaning by change. Also it is naturally known that I am actually not changing. Because if you are changing, you are not the same experiencer, no? Like you are the experiencer of your nice feelings, but you are not the experiencer of your not so nice feelings, no? Then you are not the same experiencer. No? In this I want to bring something. I hope all of you are with me and listening, that when you are the very clear and happy experiencer of your nice feelings and not the so happy experiencer of your not nice feelings, what exactly happens inside you? You try to not feel yourself. Like we try to not acknowledge. We try not to be conscious of our presence there that time. Like we try to hide somewhere in some darkness, which is by force, which is by effort of who we are. We are making effort to remain sleepy that time, like numb. Let's be more numb. This kind of pain, I should not, like this. But total accumulation of that puts us into a sleep, and we are not able to experience who we are. I am not suggesting that you start experiencing pain more deeply. I am not saying that. Because if we do that, we will feel more pain in life, as simple as this. No, don't do that. First experience yourself. The timeless freshness. This, for me, the self means the timeless freshness. Unaffected by anything. Good or bad, both experiences are same for it. They both are like a weight. They both are like a color. This is colorless. They both are like say something. This is something, nothingness. It's like emptiness. The taste of our being is more like purity of existing. Like this is what I mean by eternal freshness. Eternal freshness. The age of the body cannot dim it. It cannot dim like, oh, because my age of the body is old now or sick, then it's going to be like less fresh. No, it's very, very fresh still. This is that eternal aspect within ourselves. It's really much more simple to discover it if we understand clearly. It's good, no? Self-realize. This is what is self-realization. Meaning the self, the experiencer is realizing that I am the experiencer. What is that which I am not the experiencer of? And you will find nothing actually, except myself. I cannot be the experiencer of myself, no. Except this. And this list of what all covered in it is a very, very long list. We are still excluding many things, but we call a state. A state of peace, a state of joy, a state of silence. Find out, are you not the experiencer of it? Like this you will find out that, wow, that's amazing. The consciousness has kind of a very gross level to very subtle level. The subtlemost level of the consciousness or this body, body mind organism is where we feel peace, joy, silence. Where the disturbances of the life are not here. No. But still we are the experiencer of it. No? Who are you? Who is the experiencer of the peace? And that as soon as you discover that I am the experiencer, that peace will not disappear. Please understand, it's going to be there very nicely. We can so nicely live that peace and spaciousness. But is there any harm in knowing that I am the experiencer of it? So, is it good or no?
Yes, it's very, very good actually. I always feel like that is explained, no, like peace or joy. Whenever peace and joy, and I'll always like this is also experience. So everything is experience. So if yeah, everything
So is it good news or no?
yes, yeah,
Everything is an experience. Is freedom then, no? If this statement is true in anyone who says this, then they are going to become more and more open for these so-called negative experiences also. More relaxed about it. Like we will let it happen more. And as soon as we let those negative experiences happen, something very powerful and magical happens in our life. Those negative experiences are actually just experiences. They are not negative at all. It's just that their taste is different than our favorite experience, favorite taste. Then we become more relaxed about experiences. And they are able to, because the negative and positive experiences are like two component or two aspect of one process. And that is able to become complete. That process becomes complete inside us, body mind. And our body mind will become more strong and balanced and rooted now, no? Like, okay, you know. Before we feel very weak. We feel very weak in the body mind. You know, when we are waking up like a spiritual being, like very weak. Sometimes even almost like sick or very weak or like this, no? We don't need to feel that. As soon as our happiness meets the sadness inside us, no? They both become so rich, so damn rich. And so, like they have a depth now. Sadness is the depth of happiness. Happiness is the peak of that valley called sadness. They both exist together only. They can never exist separate from each other. Never. We don't experience them as a whole. That's why we feel that I'm experiencing happiness right now and no sadness in me. Not true. It's just not true. There's only one exception to this rule, and that's why we don't call that happiness. We call it a joy or bliss of the being. The freshness of the being is not in this process. There's no opposite. There's no opposite of the freshness or the joy of the being. There's just no opposite of it. Because it is not caused by movement of life. Meaning it is not caused by energy movement. No? Energy movement is what is producing the happiness and happiness pair. Any pain, if regulated, can be experienced as pleasure. Any pleasure, if regulated in some way, can be seen or experienced as pain. Because ultimately they are exactly the same thing. Hence, in the same way, happiness and sadness also. No? And then there is such a spaciousness in you, like allowing the experiences to be like it's all right. So most of our struggle in our experience of life is caused by misunderstandings. We are trying to restrict things continuously inside us. And those are energies. Energy, no? Energy will bounce back, like energy will fight back, no? So we are continuously fighting with our energies inside us, no? In the name of trying to balance them. Which kind of makes sense. It's not that we should start doing whatever we want, because as a person we have to kind of, keep the water under the bridge, no, all the time. Or not. So that makes sense. But there are ways to understand, no, to see, to wake up to this truth. No? Because our most of the time of the seekers of truth is being spent in trying to change our energies, states, no? Which are by themselves changing also. Like happiness and happiness is like a pendulum. It can never be still. If it is still, there is no happiness, there is no unhappiness. There is no life actually in the body also. Then, no? So it's going to be always at some point in somewhere, in some position. Let us master it by understanding how it flows. And then as a whole, if you want, you can balance it in such a way that it remains in like a mid-range, always mid-range. Neither going too extreme in the happiness, nor going too extreme in the unhappiness, like a mid. No, these possibilities are there in energies. Balancing the energy means what? Like this. Like it produces a very balanced experience, which is very healthy as a whole, also maybe. We can see like this. But I think we are good now. No? Thank you.
Yes, this is very, very good and more clear, more clearly seen also. So, like one example in today morning, I just feeling some like I did something wrong or some like confusion or some kind of fear that mixed feeling is going on. Then suddenly I feel like, okay, this is going on. I'm feeling like that. So, and I totally like it's disappeared that like, and I'm feeling like again same joyful and like so just remember this is experience and why I am struggling with this experience. So
Yes, yes. I mean, here also there are two two type of outlook towards this. Like something happened. Either we might be too irresponsible in the sense that I damn care whatever happened happened. I mean, I'm not unhappy about it. Like this is one outlook towards it, and another is too sensitive, like taking too much the emotional burden of it. My God, I'm such a sinner. How can I make mistakes? There is a third category of people which I respect the most in life. They are called seekers of truth, or seers of truth, or the ones who live the truth. Live the truth that I made a mistake. But why we need to take the emotional burden of it? Why we cannot actually take the responsibility of it now? Like, do we really need to be emotionally burdened by it in order to take the responsibility of it? That is the personal way, which is not living as yourself. No? And that is the guilt trap, no? And not only others are using that guilt as a weapon on us, we are ourselves using that guilt as a weapon to remind us, like, what a sinner I am. No, I think. I mean, I'm not saying that do it or not, but if we want to live as ourselves, we would not try to do that. No? Because if you are present, you will notice I made a mistake, and you will correct it also, and you will not make that mistake again also next time. No? But if you are not present, what is the fun in feeling guilty? You know what I mean? That is not the way out of it. The way is consciousness, being more conscious of how I made a mistake. No, that's what it means to be present. Present is nothing magical, or being conscious is nothing magical. Just being present where we are, being present in what we are doing. No? And this is like it's not me to tell you what we do when we are not present. You have to figure out why we are not present. That everyone has to figure out. No? I mean, I can explore anything if you want, but by default, we should be present where we are. We should be present in what we are doing. No? Like right now, all of you ideally should be present here and listening and talking if necessary also, isn't it? How can anything escape from you now? It will not escape your seeing, no? You will so clearly see and understand everything here, no? So just one thing, be more present. If you want more from that situation, that event of life or like this, no? Yeah. This is what I feel is appropriateness that happens. That appropriately taking the shock of the mistake, that yes, so that it is remembered inside us, but not like a like a emotional trap. No? Appropriate, being appropriate. You know what I mean? I think it's very good. Thank you. It's very, very nice to hear these things. Meaning, in this context of discovering ourselves as the one experiencer of everything, we are discussing the experiences in this details. No, it's amazing. No? Because remember, I am still there. Like we are there only. We have not moved anywhere else. No, I hope that you are clear. No? I think we can now understand what it means to forget myself. Or maybe I share and we can live again. What it means to forget myself. No, to forget ourselves actually. mm, in one sense, we need to remember ourselves first. No, in a way, we have never remembered ourselves as the experiencer in this body. No, we are more like in a default state. We are living. All of us are living in the self unconsciousness state. No, self unconsciousness means not clear that I am the experiencer of everything. State, that is the state in which we all live. No, so we have not forgotten ourselves in a way. We have never remembered ourselves actually. Let us remember ourselves now first, and we will never forget after that. No? And then even sometime we may forget ourselves also after remembering. So that is what I wanted to cover. Let me just share that what it means to forget yourself when you have remembered yourself or tasted your clarity like this. Let us see our ability to live, perceive, experience anything as one ability. So like one experiencer, one ability. Okay. So that one ability we can call, I don't know what to call it, except that there is this word consciousness, let's say. Okay. So when we are doing anything in life, activity, we require this ability. You know, we need this power to think, to see, to do things, no, to analyze and to measure and everything. But what happens is that we are overly using it, like we are using it too much, that energy, that consciousness in that. However, the consciousness is a very flexible thing. Our ability, called consciousness, is a very flexible thing. It can be uh, trained in such a way that the portion of that same consciousness lives inside us and very clearly producing the what we call self-knowing, you know, like a clarity of our own existence, and that I am the experiencer of everything. This will be the state where I have not, like we have not forgotten ourselves. Okay, and then the rest of the energy can go out and do things. And surprisingly, there was a state, like, it is said that if we have extra energy for doing something, that extra energy is only going to bring harm, you know. And we are using a lot of extra energy at every level in everything that we do. You know. And all that extra energy slowly start withdrawing itself, not seeing the need of it anymore. So there is no restriction from your side that I don't want to use my energy or my consciousness for any activity, but I just don't want to use it inappropriately, like if not more than necessary, you know, because rest of the consciousness will sit inside me nicely without doing anything, the experience that I am, I exist, is being produced inside us. Like it is noticed by you that 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 eternal principle present inside the body, I am. So this is what it means mm, to have this two-headed arrow, awareness like two-headed arrow, or consciousness as two-headed arrow. One head of the consciousness is in the towards the activities, and one towards the experiencer of everything. And this is not like forever. It's not like forever really. But it is necessary until we know ourselves as everything. Until then it is necessary. Now how much time you take in knowing yourself as everything in the body, mind, thoughts, feelings, activity, doing, doer, everything, that is up to you, no? But until then it is, I feel, necessary. Otherwise we'll go out of ourselves too much. And then what happens is what we call, I forgot myself. No? Like I got disconnected from myself in a way. No, that's what happens. No? So I feel this is. Does it make sense to all of you, or we want to talk something else? Please talk. Because this is the biggest challenge after discovering ourselves, that how to stay connected. No, we must understand first of all what is discovering ourselves and how to remain connected now to it. No? But what I call stability is a very fundamental pointing or kind of understanding I try to share, which is like a appropriateness in a way, no? Just simple appropriateness, fundamentally, in everything, nor more nor less, no? Like this. I hope all of you are happy and uh, you know, enjoying here and clear, no? Yeah, Chris, you want to talk?
Hello, Rajee.
Hello, Chris.
There's something I would like to explore with you. You said no matter how long it takes until you know yourself as everything, or like until you because I had a sense that there is something that that kind of appears to prolong or to kind of keep you from seeing yourself as everything, which is kind of natural when you are looking clearly. But if you have some kind of desire or some kind of wish to be something, to experience yourself as something, then you cannot really see yourself as that. At least that's what it appears to me.
Actually, the clarity is connected to knowing who we are. It is not connected to so much knowing what is appearing in front of us. Even if the desire appears and it apparently blocks the clarity, let's say, or dilutes it, or like this, takes it away, even then we have a chance to discover who we are clearly, and that will transcend everything. No? Because then you will know that I am the desire also, no? Then what's wrong? I have desire is a bondage. I am desire is freedom. No? Then through the desire you will expand and manifest, but you will remain as yourself only. No? It is like chaining your own hands with the handcuffs and keeping the key. Anytime you want, you can open it, no? So even here, there is a possibility of freedom. So what I'm trying to say here is that knowledge of truth, like true knowing of, true knowing or knowing of truth, is not really something which requires things to be different than they are right now. Anywhere, in anything, everywhere, in everything, you know. Like, if you feel that I'm fully bound right now, is as perfect a place to discover that you are fully free than when we feel that I'm quite free now, if not fully. No. Do you see what I'm saying? I always ask something, that what do you want? This is to be understood very deeply. Because this is where hiding, where something is hiding in you. Unless you become aware, you the self become aware of what you want right now in this relation. As if you want the desire, this is okay. No, you want the desire and you want to live as something else also than yourself during this desired time, because otherwise the desire will not have that tangibility. You will not feel that so real. It will not feel so real. You know. So if you become clear that this is what I want. In fact, this is an open invitation to everyone. When I ask what do you want, what I mean is that you, the true self, what do you want right now in this meeting? If you become clear, you become free and happy. Right this very moment, you become clear, you become free and happy. Because you cannot do anything other than what you want. But you can try. And that is what is conflict, resistance, many things. No? Confusion, division. What is division? You want something else and you are trying to do something else. No? You want to be just peaceful right now. And you feel that, oh, I have a desire, so I should not be peaceful. With or without desire, be peaceful if you want to be peaceful. Like, have you put a condition that I want to be peaceful when there are no desires? Or there should be no desires when I'm peaceful? That is a conditional, choice towards peace, no? If you want a fundamental choice, then you can be peaceful like this right now, with or without choice, desires, no? You know, because we don't want to become enlightened, Chris. We want to look enlightened also, no? First you become enlightened, then you can look enlightened also over the period of time, if you change your energies or if you want that way, no? Meaning not only we want to be peaceful in the being, we want our energies to be peaceful also. And that can happen. But first, we need to be peaceful. Because this is the circle in which we are caught up. Many of us are caught up in that. That if my energies cannot be peaceful, I cannot be peaceful. And energies are not peaceful because you are not peaceful. Energies are nothing but a reflection, a manifestation of the state in which we are at the core of our being. And so is our life actually, that we are going to experience one day clearly that, my life is nothing but a manifestation from the core of my being. It's like a tree, no? Are we on the same track still?
Yes, very much so. It's very clear, and this is also kind of what I sense. You said before that because I noticed that taking the example of the desire, it's like there's a desire come up which is not an issue, but then there is also this kind of thing coming together with the desire, which is kind of like, oh, a desire, or like I want things to be different actually, or I shouldn't be there, whatever,
Yeah.
And Yeah, I noticed I did many years ago. I thought like, what if I accept this and I accept this? What happens? Then suddenly all is gone. And if I do this over and over again, like every moment, then it's like just kind of like everything can be there, and there's nothing wrong with anything. Also.
Yes, yes. Here, let us try to understand what is division. Okay. Let us try to understand here what is division. Division in this case is the division in the seer, the one who is looking at this. No? Like it has its original way of looking at this thing, but there is something like called outside influence also present here. Something which it has learned from others, like a influence, which is saying that, what are you saying? Desire cannot be there in me. If I desire is there in me, then I don't think I am living as the self right now. Why don't you look at it from your own eyes, from your own empty eyes? You will find out the truth of it. So this is why it is important to remove the outside influence. And what we call our thoughts, feelings which are rotating inside us are all affected in some way, colored in some way by the outside influence. That's why none of them are found to be useful in this way. No? Not that they are not useful in themselves, but they are not useful in clear seeing. You yourself look at it. Why don't you find the truth of it, rather than thinking about it? You know what I mean? We are mostly thinking about it. Like, I feel see this first and think later. No? We think first and then see later. And then what happens is that we don't see really. We see through thinking only. No? We don't have a darshan of it mostly. Our mind does. Our mind will have darshan of it as it want to have. Through the mind, when we are seeing, we are not really ever seeing the truth. We are simply seeing what mind want to see. Like it is always adjusting, coloring, changing. Like the size, if too big, smaller. Too small, let it stretch a little bit. Awakening basically happens when you see the truth as it is. You wake up, what the hell is this going on here? Like not one, but everything that I thought about everything is false. I have zero knowledge of everything, but I have absolute capacity of seeing everything as it is now, as it is. No? And now I'm going to look at everything as it is. I'm not going to believe in the borrowed knowledge or the past knowledge anymore. This is awakening, no? Being in the present, just being present, perceiving. All the truth is so naturally revealed here, like truth is not running away. You are not going anywhere. You are not adding anything. You are also seeing, like interested in perceiving. How and where truth will run away now? No? This is the natural result of what I call just sitting meditation, fundamental meditation. Body is known, mind is known, relation with the body is known, what is consciousness, what is feelings, what is state, what is presence or anything else. All of it is. There is nothing hidden anywhere. All of it is absolutely open. We are not open towards it. Not that it is not open towards us. Truth is 100% open for everyone. But very few are open for it or towards it. No? We are living in the truth, but actually we are not living in the truth mostly. We are living in the mind. Mind means we are living in the understanding of the truth. What we call knowledge. I know. We are living in this I know part more. And we are just trying to extend or improve upon that. It was very good, beloved. Thank you. Very nice talking to you. Thank you, beloved. Your understanding in the beginning, what you said, that if I can accept both, it's really as simple as this. Just don't exclude anything from your seeing. No imbalance can happen, no disharmony can happen, no confusion can happen also. We are excluding, we are cutting off something like, this is kind of not okay. And our, what we call, what we are suffering from, what we don't like, will not look so bad inside us. And what we are attracted to inside us, the good part, also will not look so good anymore. But the truth, the power, the beauty of who we are, this eternal being, will start coming out. The eternal freshness, no? This eternal freshness from inside us will come out. This is the true light of being, no? Eternal freshness. It's just coming out from you all the time. It just, you have to attend it, no? Like we are just attending, such small things, and very nice, very nice. Thank you. Yeah, somebody else can talk if you want. And in some time we will end this meeting now, no? Yeah, Uma.
Namaste ji. Ji, thank you very much. I am feeling very natural and very simple. And this is very beautiful, feeling simple.
One analogy comes here when you realize who you are, no? When we realize our timeless existence, we feel that we feel little bit like like what we call, like we are just traveling from another planet on Earth. We don't have any feelings to show off or anything. We are so simple. Like if I'm able to walk, talk, get some food and eat and find some shelter and everything is so amazing already. More than enough. Like you're so proud of yourself already, Not showing off to anyone or anything anymore. Because the value is moved from outer to inner who we are, no? Like our existence in the body mind is more seen as like a space suit, no, a space suit we are using to be here right now. Like as soon as we land on Earth, we are wearing this suit, no? Something like this. Very simple analogy, but I think some of you can understand this. Because who you are in the deep sleep and where you go actually. And what happened to your body. And, it goes in what we call hibernation, no? Hibernation, it gets hibernated. No? Until we use it again next day. No? Truth is very simple in itself. The more simple we become, the more simply we can see, no? It's a simple business of simplicity. It's not a business of complexity, no? Yeah. But simple does not mean meaningless or insignificant, no? What we are, the experiencer, is the real significance of life, not what we are experiencing, no? Meaning the real value, what is most valuable in us is the experiencer, not the experiences. And you will know one day that the experiencer that I am is who is giving life to my experiences. The joy, the beauty, like this. You know what I mean? Not that they have some beauty or power in themselves. Like we are giving life to our experiences, and then we are experiencing them. And this also is an understanding that happens inside us that, okay, the experiences which I don't like inside me, I will stop giving life to them. No? And they will stop happening in me. They will just die by themselves. No? And will never happen again. No? This is a very simple understanding. What happens is why it is not possible for most of us is that we don't see the other part of the experience. We think that this I don't want. But the other part will either come with it or will go with it. No. Either both or none. No. This part we don't see mostly. No? I think very good. Thank you. Thank you. Say more. It's a very beautiful moment for us. No?
I'm feeling very good. And you said, always said, what do you want from this meeting? And I feel if it is clear to me what I want, then nothing is in between your speaking and me listening. This no gap is feeling. This is very nice feeling. So thank you so much. Ji. Thank you.
It's good. I mean, this clarity is what is undividedness also. Because when we truly know what we want inside us in this meeting, we also know the cost of it. We also know the reward of it. The clarity, no? Before that, we are just gambling in a way, like if I can win, if I can quickly become millionaire, we are more like that time, no? Like sudden enlightenment. There is nothing sudden really fundamentally in existence. Everything is under a certain wisdom, within a certain plan or part of a certain flow. You know, sudden awakening and sudden unawakening. No, what about sudden unawakening after that? Have we thought of it? Like I want sudden awakening. I want sudden awakening. What about sudden unawakening? How we will deal with that? No, we think that awakening is something I achieve. No, awakening is something that becomes clear to us. Awakening is clarity, not attainment of anything. If awakening is not clarity, it cannot be retained by us, no? Awakening is true knowledge of things as they are, and before that, true knowledge of who I am in relation to them also, without them also. No? Slowly, but fundamentally, this is what it is. No? I think very good, beloved. Thank you, Ma. How? Milaji, you want to talk?
Yes, Guruji, I just wanted to say thank you for the guiding which happened. After that, a very nice shift happened that when you said I'm sorry. Are you in this or this is in you? And immediately that time something changed and this become more present or more allowed here. And yeah, this is very clear now. Thank you.
Very good that that you are able to connect to it and you could see clearly, no? Because the more fundamental truth we see, the more permanent also this seeing is. The effect of it is more permanent also. It's not easy to lose now. You know, if we see some truth, fundamental truth from a far distance, from the mind, then obviously very quickly we will lose it, no? But if we are into that thing which we are seeing, we cannot lose it so easily. So this awakening part is connected to this also. How clearly it is seen by us, and how fundamental truth that was. And a change happens like this, no? It's not going to go anywhere now. Truth will remind you. Truth of who we are reminds us who we are. Not that we have to keep remembering, oh my God. I forgot what Rajee said. I'm the self or something else. No, not like this really. Then we are not really able to meet the truth yet. Truth reminds us, not that the opposite, no? It just remains. The changeless remains somehow. You try to lose it, you cannot lose it. You try to gain it, you cannot gain it also. It's just beyond the reach of effort, always, within ourselves. Always present, but beyond the reach, always, no? Slowly it will become clear to us. What is this, no? But I think it's good, no? It's very good, beloved.
Yes, it is very good and very beautiful, and it is so nice that it doesn't look like experience anymore for me.
Yeah, but because it is not experience. How you can be the experience of yourself? No? Or can you be?
No, not anymore.
I mean, in the direction of discovery, we need much more boldness than kind of, let me see if I can feel myself or not. We don't need that kind of thing. We need boldness, no? Like, all right, whatever it is, no? Like this. My self-discovery will break if I'm too bold about it. No. Then that's not a self-discovery. That's more our idea about it. No? Like, let's not move so fast in the sky, otherwise sky will fall. No, like this we are saying. So the question here now will be that is the experiencer moving? Like very simple question, Mila, and it is for all of you. Every day you experience going from one place to another on earth, no? On earth, any part of the earth, no? But you, the experiencer of going from one place to another, do you go from one place to another? This is a simple question I am asking. Allow this question in your heart and answer it right now if you feel it is important for you.
Guruji, thank you very much for this question. I was living with this for some time. And first of all, why I started to leave this question, because it was very interesting for me to find who is this really, who is not moving, and what is this really, what is not moving. And till now, till today, I had a sense, but it was not that much clear for me as it clear now.
So it doesn't mean that you will not experience movement from one place to another. In fact, you can now experience much more clearly the experience from one place to another. No? But now also you know that I am the experiencer of it. And I am separate from this experience. And if you are separate from this experience of movement from one place to another, are you yourself moving? This is the question. And it is so simple to find out now. You know, it's about living this truth. It's not about thinking about it, no, or analyzing anything here. No? Let's face this truth. Let's experience movement from one place to another. Oh yeah, I'm very much moving from one place to another. Hey, I'm experiencing it also. Yeah, true, I'm experiencing also. And that changes something immediately in you. Oh, actually, I'm not entirely moving. In a way, I am moving because I'm experiencing movement, but in a way, a part of me is not moving also. This is very powerful discovery, no? To discover that which is not moving inside us, no? Because that which is not moving inside you is also not changing. It's so nice, no? And if the question comes afterward that how to keep it forever, no? That question is a movement, a change happening in you. A change cannot make the changeless appear or disappear. Remember this, the change or movement of anything inside you cannot make the changeless appear or disappear. Something else. That something else is self-knowledge or waking up. Like you know now how to turn your attention towards the changeless. This knowledge, this is what is, fundamentally this is what we learn in Satsang actually, how to turn my attention towards the core or the essence of myself. No? Many things are felt, that this state happened, that state happened, I am knowing this and knowing that. But fundamentally this is what we learn, no? Turning our attention or ourselves towards the core, no? The experiencer. It's very good, very, very good, beloved. God bless you. Thank you. Very, very, very nice. I think it's very good time. We'll end this now. Just one or two messages came. Yeah. And Devdas, you wrote, deeply grateful for today's profound heart exploration. Beloved Rajee. Blessings to you, beloved. Love you. Love and pranams to you, beloved. Thank you. Very, very nice to have you here, no? Very, very nice. Truth is not mine or yours, but it is mine and yours both. No? So we don't own truth in a way. Truth owns us. But we have the possibility to explore and know what is the truth. And that is what makes us the truth now. I am truth. No? That's what makes us truth. Before that, it is something there, a possibility of knowing something which is present, no? The changeless. No? I think very, very good. Thank you. Thank you. The another message is from Preeti ji. Thank you, Rajee. I just realized this is what you were guiding while walking on the beach. I feel it today, moving, but part of me not moving. Beautiful meeting. Grateful to have you. Thank you. Yeah, that's what I was trying to tell you that time, no? Because it is very natural. It's something very natural, like something very immediate. This truth of moving and unmoving aspect is very immediate. It's not hidden anywhere. We are busy, not that it is hidden. No. So very, very good. Thank you. God bless you. Baisav, you also wrote. Thank you very much for today's satsang. It is very powerful for me. No, thank you, Ji. I think very, very good. It was an amazing, amazing, amazing meeting for all of us. Let all of us take the credit of this powerful meeting. Let us thank ourselves. No, thank you, beloved. Thank you for joining this meeting today.